really important that we begin to change the mindset of young people to know that your vote counts.
They don't understand that the legislative arm of government is actually a co-equal arm of government.
We have an incredible amount of potential.
Whatever it is I was doing, because of my personal DNA, it had to be of an international standard.
Which is what, seriously speaking, is all about.
Hello. On the show today, we're talking about something that people keep on the wraps. Very few people want to share because it's so personal. It's rape. I have a young woman here who's had an experience a long time ago in her life. Raped, yes, as a kid, but today she's a mother of 2, and she's spending her time and her life resources trying to get people who have been rape victims, especially women, out of that victim position to a point of strength. We'll be talking with her, share her story. Hopefully, you'll find in it something that will inspire you. This is Seriously Speaking. Welcome. Kathlyn sent me a mail a long time ago, just trying to explain to me the work that she did and asking if I could share a platform, or if she could share my platform to show women that rape is not the end of the world. Now, on this show, we've talked about rape a number of times, even in the magazine that I publish. And very rarely do you find women who can come up and say, yes, I was raped, and can stand up to say so. So getting Kathlyn to come and say, I must say kudos to her husband who understands, and her children who've allowed her to come and share this and open up. Some people say, don't share your dirty linen in public. Kathlyn Eyitemi, you're welcome to Seriously Speaking.
Thank you for having me.
Started, you were crying already.
I am.
You're high. I like your open teeth.
Thank you.
How old were you when you had the first experience? When you had that experience that is making you do what you're doing today? How old were you?
I was actually molested before I was 4. I have memories of...
And you remember?
Yes. Funny, I have memories of being molested at 4 because I lived with my grandma then.
You're from Bayelsa. Where did you grow up?
I'm from Bayelsa. I was raised initially by my grandmother because my parents had divorced early when I was 5, yeah? But my mother, she had to go to school, so she left me with her.
She had you early?
She had me early. And I had this, I grew up and I had this experience, I had these memories of me being molested by a cousin at the age of 4.
What would your cousin do? What would your cousin do?
He was penetrating me.
At 4?
At 4, yeah. Because I left my grandma when I was 5. When I was 5, I left her to live with my father in Port Harcourt.
Did your father ask for you?
Yes, my father came to pick me. My parents had divorced by then. I was 5. So I was going to a new environment.
So what was your father's home like? Did you, of course, he must have had another wife.
It was polygamous in a sense, and then sometimes it was monogamous because there was just one wife, then there would be 2. So it was polygamous sort of because, okay, I'm not a Bayelsan, so I think it's very common in Bayelsa. You see a man that has a lot of children from different women, you know, so my father
but he brings
had
all the children together.
He brings them together. We live in the same house. There's a wife, or there are 2 wives. In my case, there was a wife, then there were 2. I think he had 3 legal wives, then he had all the other concubines that had children for him.
Or is he still alive?
Yes.
Is he happy that you're sharing these stories all around Nigeria, talking about things?
We don't really talk like that much, you know. Besides, I'm married. I'm older. I don't really need his permission to do that. So I'm doing it to help a lot of other women who have had same experiences like I have. My home was abusive. It was an abusive environment. It wasn't much
What was it about an environment that was abusive? Was it that the parents were negligent or the parents were too hard?
Negligent, yes, because when you have 13 children and you're a father, you can't be there for all of them. So yes, there was that negligence.
What number were you?
I was 3, funny.
Number 3?
Yes, but, you know...
Are you the only one that your mother had for your father?
No, she had 2 of us. There was another girl somewhere down the line.
Also, they got back together?
No, she had me. Then she had my kid. She was pregnant with my kid sister, I think, when the divorce happened. So my kid sister is 5 years.
Younger.
How old is she? Yeah, 5 years, thereabout. So I was 5 when they divorced. You know, so all of us were in the same house, different parents, different mothers, from different mothers, but we're in my father's house, all of us. My father preferred it that way, having all of us together.
So when you say the environment was abusive, can you describe it for us?
There was a lot of verbal abuse. There was a lot of physical abuse. My father was physically abusive and verbally abusive as well. So I think he had this, rages, this temper thing. He couldn't really put under control like that. So, yeah, there was all that. And as a child, when you grew up in that kind of environment where you wake up in the morning, you don't know if they're going to hit me again, and maybe they're hitting you for very little things or things you didn't even do, because there's a lot of drama, like Fuji drama. So there's a lot of drama in there. So you don't know if you'll be yanked out of bed with, a stick pounding on your head or something.
Now, did you ever have any other case of rape as you grew up, apart from that one as a little child?
Yes. That was while I was in the university. It was a few months to my wedding. I just met my husband. I was going to get married, and yes, I went to school, and then armed robbers burst into my room at night.
What university was it? Epoma? Bengal State University, Epoma?
Yes, Epoma.
You were studying sociology at that time?
Sociology. I majored in social works.
So they burst into your room?
They burst into my room in the middle of the night, and then they beat me. They just burst in, just yanked my hair off.
Did you have a weave on?
I had braids on. They yanked the braids off, and then they just where's the jewelry? And they asked for everything. I gave them everything, but...
Were you alone in the room?
Yes, I was. It was...
Did they have their faces covered?
No. There was no light. I think they put out the light. They didn't have their faces covered. I think it was just normal, in Epoma then, you had these cult groups that maybe it was they had to do it or something. They come like robbers. Okay, they come as robbers because they are robbers then. Then they rob you, then they rape.
So it was
very rampant at that point in time.
Now, if it was common, why didn't you try to protect yourself by maybe locking the door in case that kind of thing ever happened to you?
The door was locked. They even broke walls. It was that bad. They used to go to hostels and break walls. And these hostels, most hostels there, they are off-campus hostels. They would break through your wall, not the door now, because when you put a barricade on the door, like iron barricade, they break your wall. It was that bad. So we were at their mercy. And
this was in your final year. How old were you then?
I was 20... How old was I? I was 26 or 27, thereabouts.
What's your final word? I must go. What's your final word today?
My final word, I want to speak to women who have been raped. You can get out of it. You can come out of it. You can get past that place of pain, of victimization, and you can get healed of it. You can get into a place of power.
I think
by reaching out. Reach out for help.
And society also needs to be a bit more understanding.
Yes, the stigmatization has to stop. People have to stop victimizing rape victims, acting like they are the problem.
Yeah. like the rape victim is a problem and not the rapist.
Not the rapist,
But
even the police, even the law enforcement agents.
That's a story for another day. But I'll take your message saying raise our sons to respect women. If
Exactly.
nothing at all, let's take that away from here.
Yes.
Raise our sons to respect women, to understand that you don't have to force them to make them, you don't have to force them, even if they want to make you force them. So that's been our show for today. It's been a one-on-one with Kathlyn Eyitemi, who has a group called Sister Act. So if you're out there hurting, Sisters Interact. Sisters Interact. So I must say good night. I must say bye-bye now, and we'll see you again next week. Thank you, Kathlyn, for sharing.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.